According to psychologist Abraham Maslow, human beings' physiological needs for food, water, clothing, shelter, and sleep must be satisfied in order for them to address more complex needs like mental and physical health. One of the basic needs of a person is having a shelter, and even the earliest humans have recorded to have shelters. Their shelters were natural caves or rock shelters, and people also made huts and shelters from wooden frames or frames made from animal bones and covered them with animal hides. But as humans evolve, their shelter or home is evolving also. Nowadays, humans can build and design their own home with the latest feature in their own comfort. Most of the modern houses have special areas or room for people to do the things that they need to live comfortably. A modern house is a place to cook food, a place to eat, places to sleep, and a place to wash. Housing. Housing is the umbrella term for different types of accommodation in which one has a temporary or permanent shelter to live, sleep, work, or relax. Housing also refers to the physical and spiritual aspects related to the real geography. And then, it is necessary to consider terms such as territory, land, location, place, built space, area, material elements, and etc. Housing is also a prerequisite for full engagement of a person in society.
Housing as a product. Housing as a product involves certain groups that control them. This includes the government, private sectors, non-profit sectors, construction companies, material suppliers, financial institutions, the general public, and etc. The government's role in housing refers to the variety of activities such as taxation, zoning, subsidizing, regulating, lending, and others that takes place at several levels of government, such as the national, regional, and local. In the national level, the government plays as a primary funder, providing financial resources through national tax policies such as the home mortgage interest reduction. Regionally, they help lower the cost of home ownership through mortgage revenue, bond programs, and also allocate their home funding with matching funds. On the local level, they implement zoning, regulations, and processing requests for waivers to issuing building permits and conducting housing code inspections. They basically play a direct role in shaping the housing that gets built in their communities. The role of construction companies include protecting against liabilities, securing contracts, and managing projects. Build a profitable construction business by accurately bidding on projects, managing costs, and delivering quality work that satisfies customers. The material suppliers validate and test construction materials across categories to ensure compliance to technical specifications and outlined features. This eliminates the need for reworking caused by low quality or inconsistently designed materials, which can further impact construction budgets by close to 10 to 15%. The private sectors is a key stakeholder in both urban and economic development. The private sector raises capital funding for a project through equity and debt finance. The private sector can participate in and underwrite media campaigns to raise awareness of the need for workforce housing. As the drivers of jobs, tax revenue, and economic development, area employers and business associations hold considerable sway with city council members and legislators when it comes to performing zoning regulations or other practices that limit the supply of affordable homes. Non-profit profit sectors generally are committed to making the housing they provide permanently affordable. This means they will be unlikely to opt out of affordable housing programs when market prices rise. Nonprofits also have the flexibility to participate in unique partnerships. Housing finance has played an important role to boost the housing sector. Housing finance helps to develop the financial sector, contributing to economic growth, and is also helped by financial sector development. Housing construction contributes to economic output, creates employment, and generates a demand for materials and related services. The general public's interest is what keeps the housing industry going, since they are its consumers. In the Philippines, the housing industry believes that every Filipino family has the right to live with dignity in the comfort of one's own home, regardless of economic status. The Philippine housing sector has enormous potential for growth as demand for living spaces continue to increase. Also, since the population has been on the rise. The Philippines' low-cost, socialized, and economic housing units account for a large share of housing production. From 2010 to 2011, housing production in the high-end, mid-end, and low-cost categories increased, while production of houses in economic and socialized housing was relatively flat. From 2000 to 2011, economic, socialized, and low-cost housing cornered close to 70% of total housing production. During the same period, the socialized government accounted for 27%, the economic segment accounted for 29%, and the low-cost segment for 13%.
Good day, everyone. Today, I will tackle the question, what contaminants does housing possibly emit? So first is the volatile organic compounds. These are emitted as gases from certain solids or liquids. Volatile organic compounds include a variety of chemicals, some of which may have short and long-term adverse health effects. Organic chemicals containing carbon that have a high vapor pressure at room temperature. This high vapor pressure results from a low boiling point, which allows their molecules to evaporate from liquid to gas phase, a characteristic known as volatility. So the first volatile organic compounds on the list is formaldehyde. This is used as building material. It is a naturally occurring organic compound with the formula CH2O. The pure compound is a pungent-smelling colorless gas that polymerizes spontaneously into paraformaldehyde. Hence, it is stored as an aqueous solution. Second is the methylene chloride. It is used as base paint and coating remover. These are used in areas with limited ventilation, such as bathrooms, allowing fumes to build up. Methylene chloride, or CH2Cl2, is a colorless liquid that can harm the eyes, skin, liver, and heart. The other volatile organic compounds are benzene. This is used as glues and paints. The ethylene glycol is as solvents and paints. The tetrachloroethylene is as degrading or degreasing metal parts. Toluene or used as a solvent. Then xylene used as a solvent also and a thinner. Lastly is the 1 and 3 butadiene used as adhesive and asphalt mixture. So other contaminants aside from the volatile organic compounds that will possibly emit in housing is sulfur dioxide. It is a chemical compound with the formula is O2. It is a toxic gas responsible for the smell of burnt matches. It is used in making cements. It is a heavy pungent toxic gas that is easily condensed to a colorless liquid. Next is the nitrogen dioxide. It is one of a group of highly reactive gases known as oxides of nitrogen or nitrogen oxides. It is used in making cements. At higher temperature, it is a reddish brown gas. Next is lead compound. It is a heavy, soft, malleable, ductile plastic but inelastic bluish-white metallic element found mostly in combination and used especially in pipes, cable sheets, batteries, solder, and shields against radioactivity. It is toxic and can present a severe hazard to those who are overexposed to them. Whether ingested or inhaled, lead is readily absorbed and distributed throughout the body. The next from the list is asbestos. It is a mineral fiber of which there are several types: amosite, crocidolite, tremolite, actinolite, anthophyllite, and chrysotile. Chrysotile asbestos, also known as white asbestos, is the predominant commercial form of asbestos. It is strong, flexible, resistant to heat and chemical corrosion, and insulates well. It has been used in insulation, roofing, siding, vinyl floor tiles, fireproofing materials, and texturized paint. That would be all. Thank you for listening.